Hello guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today's video will be about the before and after, how I recreated this top. If this looks like what you're interested in, keep on watching and let's get started. So this is the top. I will just go ahead and lose everything. Okay, so after losing everything, this is what it is looking like. Okay, I separated the two piece, and this is also the sleeve. We'll also be using it, okay, to make our top. So let's go ahead and draft out on our lining, then we'll transfer it to the fabric. Okay, so I have a starting line, and from there I'll just mark my bust points, my under bust line, my chest line, as well as the waist line, which is also the length of the top. Okay, so for this top I made use of 19 inches. It was even short. Okay, it was even short for me. I wanted it longer, but then the top itself was not that long. Okay, so this is just what I could get out from the before. So I'll just go ahead now and label it as shoulder, chest, bust, under bust, and then the waistline. So you can make yours longer if you want to, or make it shorter if you want to. So I just marked my shoulder of 7 inches. It is 14 divided by 2 is 7. So I just marked it there, and I'll mark my neck width of 3 inches, just like this. And then on the shoulder you come down by 1 inch and connect it to your neck width. This is because our shoulder is not straight. After that, I'm going to just draw my straight line. To do that, I just mark the same 7 inches and then I draw out a straight line. On this line, you measure what you have, divide it by 2. Okay, make a mark at the midpoint like this, and then on that midpoint you go in by ½ inch like so, and then you come to your chest line, you divide your bust circumference by 4, mark it on your chest line, and then you go ahead and draw out your armhole just like this. After doing that, next thing I'll be doing is to mark how deep I want the neckline to be. I usually use 6 inches if you've been watching my video. So this is 6 inches that I just marked, and then what I'll be doing is to mark my nipple to nipple, which is 7 inches divided by 2 is 3.5. So I added ½ inch to that because I'm cutting directly on the fabric. So what I marked is 4 inches. So I marked it all the way down to the waistline and connected it into a straight line. And then on the under bust, I'm going to take 1 inch towards this side, and then 1 inch towards this side also on the waistline, and then ½ inch towards the center front line, just like so. Connect it into a straight line. After doing that, on the bust point I came down by 1 inch. You can do ½ inch, and then you connect it just like this. Okay, so you can use your curve rule to do this. So after doing that, now I'll come to this new neckline that I created, okay, to get rid of bodginess around this area and to create our neck dart as well. What I'll do is to take 1 inch towards the side and then ½ inch towards the side, and then I'll go up by 1 inch on the bust line. This is to eliminate any sharpness or pointiness around the bust area. I'll go ahead and connect that like so, just the way you see me demonstrating. So after doing this, now to create the Queen Anne neckline, before then I wanted to have a sweetheart neckline, so I just came down by 1 inch. You can do 2 inches, you can do 3 inches. Okay, you can go deeper if you want to, but I just used 1 inch, and then I just connected it just like this way. I've created a sweetheart neckline. And then now this dart, you have to replace the dart. Do you get? If you don't replace it, you realize that you have shortage. So from this my armhole line here, I'll just replace the 1.5 inch dart that I took there, and then that was what I just marked. And then I'll repeat the same thing on this chest line like this, and then on this shoulder I'm going to also repeat the same thing. Okay, so I'll go ahead and connect this new armhole together. So after connecting it like this, I just extended the line, that is the neckline, okay, to meet the new armhole. So now from this our neck width, okay, if we don't also extend place this that there, it will affect our dress definitely, because we have already extended the orders. I hope you understand. So I just marked the 1.5 inch, and this is now our new neck width. Do you get? So now to create the Queen Anne neckline, I just marked 2.5 inches, and then you just connect it to your new neck width just like this. You can make it straight and you can also curve it. So from the armhole, I marked 2.5 inches. If it is too wide for you, then you can reduce it, okay? Then you just go ahead and connect it to your neck width. So that was how I created my own Queen Anne neckline. So after doing that, I'll place my body measurement, and I have marked that of the chest line. So I just added my stitching allowance, okay? Remember, I've already replaced all the dart intake. So I'll come down to the waist. I'll mark my waist circumference, replace these darts. After that, I'm going to also add my 1.5 inch for stitching allowance. After that, I'm going to connect it into a straight line just like this. After which, we'll go ahead and cut this out. So watch carefully how I cut it out so that you don't end up making mistake, okay, when cutting yours. So now I'll just cut the side, then the armhole. I'm going to add half inch for the shoulder, okay. At the shoulder I added half inch, and you can see how I just cut it out. So this is what I have for the front, and for the back, this is a zipper allowance. So I'll come to the shoulder and mark my shoulder of 7 inches, just what we did for the front piece, and then a neck width of 3 inches. And then I'll come here and mark neck depth of 2 inches. I want the back to be very high, so I marked 2 inches, and then I just connected it to my shoulder slope. So I'll just create my back armhole. So I just marked the same 7 inches, put this into a straight line, and then I'll input my bust circumference here. So I'll just create my back armhole. So for the back, we are not going in by half inch, okay? And then I'll come to the waist, mark my bust span on the waist measurements like this, and then I'm going to take half inch on both side like so, and then I'm going to extend this bust span down to the bust line just like this, and then I'll connect it like so. So guys, please use a ruler. You can see how my line is looking so funny, okay? So after you have connected it, place your waist circumference, replace the dart intake, that is 1 inch. You replace it, and then you add your stitching allowance. So I'll be adding the stitching allowance here. After that, you go ahead and connect your lines together. So this is what I have for the back piece. Now I'll carefully cut out the back piece as well. Okay, so I've cut it out of my fabric, and I've also cut out my wording. So I'll just place it like so, and then I'll stitch on it just the way we stitch our bustier. And this is what it is looking like after I was done. You can see a bias that I placed there. I'll be showing you how I did that. I just did that to give the dress some kind of fittings. So what I did was to carry my bias, and this my stitched line, I just placed it on it, and I stitched it on both sides of the bias. So I made sure that my seams were flat, okay. So I made sure that my seams were flat as I was attaching the bias to the dress, okay. So this is it for the two sides, looking so beautiful. And then I brought the back piece because I am making an inseam finishing, okay. my stitching will not be showing at all. So that is what I'm trying to do. So what you do is to place it right side facing right side. I remember when we were stitching on it, we took 1.5 inch as our stitching allowance. So I'll just mark out that 1.5 inch. After marking it out, I'm going to measure to be sure that this dress would fit me before I close it up with my lining. Okay, so because after making an inseam finishing, if the dress is not your size, you would have to lose everything. So at this point, ensure that you must have measured it. Okay, so after stitching the sides, go ahead and fix the zipper, but you'll be leaving half inch at the down part, okay, of this zipper. So don't forget that. So after fixing the zipper, this is what it is looking like, and I left half inch at the down side. So now we'll bring our lining. So we'll open this dress up and place it to the right side like this. So now you bring your lining and place it right side facing right side. So when you place it, this is how you will stitch. So you will stitch this side, this close to the zipper. Okay, so you are not stitching this side, don't stitch it. What you do is to stitch close to your zipper. Okay, very close to your zipper, and then you stitch the neckline. You will not stitch the shoulder, you will not stitch the armhole. So you will move down to the front like this, and you stitch the front neckline. Okay, you stitch the you leave the shoulders, and then you leave the armhole as well. You move to this other side, and then you will stitch just the back neckline and then close to your zipper. Okay, so you'll be stitching very close to your zipper. Do you get? So when you stitch it, you now stitch the downside. I hope you understand. So but for me, I'll start from the middle. Okay, so I'll start from the middle. I'll just stitch from this middle to the other side, and then from the middle to the other side. So that's just what I will do. And for the sleeve, this is what the sleeve is looking like, and I'm trying to recreate. So I just made up my mind to stitch a just a a straight sleeve, just a normal sleeve, and I just marked a starting line. I marked the sleeve length of 8 inches. I came down by 4 inch here, and then on that 4 inch I'm going to just mark my my armhole circumference there like this. Okay, and including stitching allowance. Okay, so after marking it, I'll just connect it to the top part just like so, and then I'll mark my round sleeve measurement here, and I'll connect it just like this. So after doing that, I'm going to cut this out. So I'm going to use this sleeve to cut on this Ankara sleeve that is here. Okay, so I'll just place it together and I'm going to cut it out. So I've cut it out, and yeah, that is it for the sleeve. So I've stitched it down, and you can see what I have. Can you see that I stitched close, very close to the zipper, and then I secured the neckline. This is the front neckline. I also stitched this side close to the zipper. I also secured the neckline and also stitch the side. So I'll bring it out from the, after that I'll make notches. After making the notches, I'll bring it out. I'll cut out the excess zipper. After cutting out the excess zipper, I'm going to bring it out to the right side. So can you see the zipper? Let me show you something so that you understand. Can you see how neat it is looking like? You can't even see any stitching. This is what they call an inseam finishing. So I'll bring it out to the right side, and this is what it is looking like. I am even yet to give this a good press. So to close up the shoulder, I just opened one side of the back or one side of the shoulder, and I inserted the other piece into it, and I'll stitch it down. Or you can open it up together like this. Okay, can you see, and stitch it down. Okay, placing it right side facing right side. So guys, this is the top I am so sorry could not show the parts where I attached the sleeve, but it's just a normal way we attach sleeve to our dresses. This is what it is looking like, and it was looking so good on me. Let me know in the comment section if you like my recreation. If you can also rate it, it would be nice. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys in my next one. Do not forget to subscribe. Do not forget to give this video a thumbs up and also share. Bye for now.